So let's see what Vincenzo.
Who are fast, who have been very, very impressive in the Indian Super League. And now a start given by Khalid Jamil. And as you said, my Sandesh Jhingan not in the starting lineup with that injury. Valpuya being given a chance, although Jitin MS, Mahesh, from the very first minute, what is it that they bring to the table? What is it that they can do with their pace? They have the likes. They have the big man up front. They've got a strong midfield. We saw that earlier on in the last match with Iran as well. It was a strong start, a composed start by India, but this time around today, a true test against Afghanistan.
True test, of course. 4 changes from Afghanistan as well. We'll discuss that as this game goes ahead. Afghanistan maybe 161 in the FIFA World Rankings, and India 133rd, but the Blue Tigers have beaten Afghanistan just once in the last 5 games between the two teams. The draw and the loss against them, especially in those qualifying games, have hurt India unlike any other result over the last few years. Absolute surprise, but a lesson in how far a side has come compared to how far the other one has to go. Also probably tells you why rankings are just another marker and nothing else in terms of the overall quality of a side. If India wins, it's a guaranteed place in the 3rd place playoff. Iran are already through, but a lot hinges on the result between them and Tajikistan, the home side, later on in the evening. Khalid Jamil already talking about how they have to attack Afghanistan from the off. Slightly different approach compared to the first 2 games. The first shot takes about 13 seconds from Suresh. Brave, but that's the kind of audacity that India will have to show this evening.
Yeah, Pula, we've seen that as well in the last 2 matches where we've been very composed and solid at the back and pretty direct. We've got the likes of Irfan Yadwad up front, and we've seen him make those runs in behind those 2 centre-backs. And he is a hard worker. Although now against Afghanistan, it will be different kind of football. It won't be where India will only be sitting back. This time around, we will press high. We will keep the ball. We will want to get an early goal as well.
Afghanistan's most popular results came under Ashley Westwood. Of course, he's very well known to India. United. Irfan couldn't gather his balance as he tried to control that ball. Exciting though, because a win or even a draw, given the other result, what happens in that fixture, could still see India get that bonus game, that 4th game that Khalid Jamil and company want so desperately to prepare for the future.
Yeah, and it's that confidence. The first game against Tajikistan, that was a big confidence boost for India, where Khalid Jamil instilled belief back, not just in this team, not just in the dressing room, but amongst the Indian fans as well. And we saw that. We saw glimpses of that against Iran as well, which were, we know, a very, very strong side. And until the very last minute, the Blue Tigers fought. Although today, now against Afghanistan, we will want to see where we get more time on the ball. We will have more shots on goal, and kind of exciting football is what the fans are also looking for.
Just keeping the ball. Afghanistan at the moment. Hanifi on it. Comes into the lineup in place of the captain, Sharif Muhammad. Now one of Anesi's favourites. He has brought back Bilal Razu as striker though, the number 9, who has 9 goals for the national team. Both those players, Muhammad and Bilal Razu, have won titles in India as Musawi sends that ball in. He was very dangerous in that first game against Iran. In fact, got the goal as well, which started proceedings before Iran fought back so confidently against Afghanistan, beating them 3-1.
It was that early goal, that first goal that Afghanistan did get. And this man, Vincenzo Nisi, he's very, very experienced, especially with Indian football and with set pieces. He knows that Afghanistan, that is where their strength lies.
You can see number 15, Naeem Rahimi, getting quite a bit of the ball. Now he's slotted in at midfield last couple of games. Looks like he's on the left of defense in this one. Very interesting little line from Manesi in the pre-match interview on the pitch, where he said he has not slept very well because he's been thinking about his 11 all night. And sometimes head coaches can get into that state of mind where they get confused about who to pick, because he said that everyone wanted to play this game. It's a long rivalry, this, Afghanistan and India. 17th meeting. It's the most common international fixture that the Afghans have played ever since 1941. Took them 72 years to get their first win, but it was a really good win. And everyone remembers that SAF final as well, the first major silverware that Afghanistan won. It was after defeating India on Indian soil.
I'm sure we've seen quite a few players from Afghanistan who've played in the Indian Super League and played for multiple seasons in the I-League as well. And a lot of these players, they're playing their football in some of the top clubs in Europe, and they have that experience. Although when they come together as a team, when they come together as a country, it's always fun when you see the likes of Afghanistan taking on India.
Beautiful touch from Hanifi to get out of that little tight spot. Here's Musawi on the ball, jinxing past Valpuya. Balala Rizu in space and almost into the path of Musawi, who wanted a slightly more cushioned delivery towards him. Not that hard. Valpuya getting all the encouragement he can from Gurpreet. Tough test for him.
Yeah, interesting to see Valpuya, who's been given a chance in place of Rahul Beke, and Rahul Beke has moved into that centre-back position. And that's what Rahul Beke, I mean, as a coach, you like certain players, you like such players who can play in multiple positions. We've seen for club and for country where it's almost like very natural for him to play in that centre-back position or even in right-back.
Ashik trying to beat his man for pace. Kuhyar, the number 11, who is also very dangerous going forward. Slightly more withdrawn. That is because of the threat of Ashik. And of course, the other threat that is from that particular wing is Mohammad Uwais and his long throw-ins. Keeps it short this time. But a chance for Mahesh to calculate this one. Can India be patient in possession? A little more careful, rather. Impatience works on counter-attacks, but there has to be a certain precision that comes with it.
Jitin MS has been given a start as well, and we've seen him impress with Juan Pedro Benali in the Indian Super League for Northeast United, and plays down both flanks. Jitin MS down the right flank and down the left flank. Although now, how does he combine with the likes of Irfan Yadbad or even Ashik Runin, who's been given a chance down the left flank? Mahesh slotting in midfield. So you know this is a team that likes to run, a team that likes on taking on players and not afraid to do so.
Need those kinds of players, especially when the biggest challenge for India has been breaking down opposition, which they are expected to beat. That's where the little failing has been. The likes of Bangladesh and Afghanistan, Hong Kong taking points from the Blue Tigers was not expected. But it came from that habit of not being able to break down opposition going forward. First foul and a free kick of this kickoff. Also, something has to click for Irfan Yarwad going forward. There he is, his shirt being tugged back.
Contesting that decision. Clearly you could see. Although now with these set pieces, it'll be interesting to see what India can do. Amit, he needs to be careful now. He is on a yellow card.
Peke with a diagonal. Beautifully picks out Jitin MS, who almost beat the defender with his first touch. It was a great idea, and that's something that wingers have to do time and again. Have a first touch which can beat the man who's marking them. India get a corner for that. It's going to be Mahesh to deliver. Nicely placed right in the center towards Peke. Was beaten in the air, falls back to Mahesh, who thought about the right foot, takes it onto his favoured left, then with the right again into a crowd. Afghanistan finding it very difficult to clear their lines, and then Anwar Ali with a little bit of a wild lash that is off target in the end.
They're very tempted there. Anwar Ali, Nikhil Prabhu first to react. He was quick onto the ball. Although Mahesh almost made the defenders believe that he was going to shoot. Got the better of two of them.
Any assessments? First 10 minutes gone.
Well, I would say it's a slow start for India. You would have expected the Indian team to keep lion's share of ball possession, create more chances, move up front. Although it's a measured approach, a safe approach, as we can say right now.
A little bit of caution will always be present in a Khalid Jamil team, and also with the recent results on the pitch, there is that need to be safe. There have been periods of recklessness in the past that probably play on the minds of the players as well. India last beat Afghanistan in 2022. All the goals were scored after the 86th minute, with a Sahal Abdul Samad strike in added time settling the win. Afghanistan have lost their first two games, but there was an impressive start against Iran. The ability to go toe-to-toe. Every Asian team would like to compare themselves with Iran, Qatar and Japan. Those are the three teams that Asia looks up to in a particular sense. Uzbekistan, what a rise they have had there in the other group.
It has been an interesting tournament so far. We've seen the results. Afghanistan getting the first goal against Iran. India, a strong performance against Iran, getting the win against Tajikistan. So it's been good, I would say, for football, where this has been very competitive so far.
Incredible night. Before we forget, that was the 3rd of September. India beating Bahrain 2-0 in the under-23 qualifiers with beautiful goals from Mohamed Suhail and Shivaldo. And while Suhail's goal was so much individual skill and ability, it's that second goal, Shivaldo's goal, which was more football in a way, something that India must try and do more often. Even in the senior setup, a nice cross, a tap in, but absolutely have to mention that big result. Possibly went down too easily there, Irfan.
Yeah, there was contact. He was asking for a penalty there, although Irfan Yadwar may be very soft. Well, he'd want to get it checked there, Mahesh Kali. First onto the ball, a little tug in from behind, and clever from Irfan Yadwar. Although referee, he does not believe so, it does look like.
Well, India were at the receiving end of a penalty. That was in the first game, where the foul was very much like that. A little bit more maybe from Vikram Pratap on that particular challenge, but this one, the referee just also warning Irfan as how he has a close eye on the way he went down, not to try and con them into getting something from it. Valpuya just goes past Nikhil Prabhu. Long lump forward from Hanifi. Uwe slips. Allowed Kuhiyar to pick it up. Pace just picking up. Tempo just increasing in this one. Jitin well placed. Mahesh, excellent feet, but couldn't get past Bilal Razu in the end.
Yeah, good skill there from Mahesh, keeping the ball well. Afghanistan very compact in midfield.
Rahimi and now Musawi. This time Valpuya wins the challenge. That'll give him some confidence winning that one-on-one battle. Seems to be that Khalid Jamil has ordered the midfield. Just find Mahesh as much as possible. Now with the creative sparkle he's shown in the first two games when he came on as a substitute. If he can show that right from the start, he's the creator-in-chief right now in there. Oman and Uzbekistan on 4 points in the other group, with Kyrgyzstan and Turkmenistan on 1 each. That one's completely open. Here's Ashik, cut back towards Irfan, who completely misses it with his weaker side. Ashik can't touch that because he would have been offside. But that's much better from India.
Yeah, get into those goal-scoring positions there, although Irfan Yadwal almost, it was like he wanted to get in too much power in that finish. He did find himself a yard in behind the defender. You'd like to see the replay.
First proper run from Ashik, ending in a decent cross. Fans of the Blue Tigers hoping that that is heard more often during a game. Slowly wrestling control now from Afghanistan. Won't happen like that though.
Better communication needed. Afghanistan, especially in the first 16 minutes now, you're trying to build from the wings. A challenge in from behind, not needed there. Not close to the goal. There was no threat from there. Valpuya now gives away a set piece just like that. Makes it easier. The Afghan attackers, a push in from behind.
Yeah, Musawi, the player who went down. Most of Afghanistan's attacks have been from that particular wing. Good ball in, slightly lower than Afghanistan's attackers would have liked. Skandari. It comes in with the left, and Gurpreet eventually had to reach. Irfan, can he chase the keeper down? Keeper just come out. Hamidi does well.
Yeah, leading that attack for India, Irfan Yadwad was just anticipating that maybe he could make some contact with the ball when the goalkeeper was clearing it.
Good to watch that the first choice is not always a long ball. They're just trying to play it around, draw Afghanistan out of their shell. Suresh's pass has to be better into Jitin's feet, or he has to wait for his winger to come closer.
Yeah, so far the Indian defense have done well, especially Rahul Beke is slotting in that centre-back position for Sandesh Chingan. Been good communication between the two, Rahul Beke and Anwar Ali.
Ashik. Getting that one wrong. Little wasteful in the final third, India, when they are building those attacks. 20 minutes gone, enough time to settle into a game, enough time for the nerves to settle as well. There is expectation back home for a result. That's a good pickup. Mahesh. Too much on that for Prabhu.
Yeah, a little too heavy there across the field, although it gives India the time to get back into formation. Valpuya, who hasn't got the opportunity yet to move up front, to get crosses in. But we need that. He needs to combine with Jitin MS, move up front, make those chances, create those chances down the right flank.
Good ball from Anwar. Again looking for that cross. Decent run out wide from his central position as well from Mahesh. A lot coming from the left, and you raised a fair point, Karan, in terms of saying how Valpuya and Jitin not combining as much as Uves and Ashik, probably also because Uves and Ashik they're now playing the third game together. Or maybe Valpuya has not been given that freedom to go forward. You can see him becomes one of the last men, along with Beke, even when India are going forward. So we might not really see Valpuya play as a very traditional wing-back or a full-back with a license to go forward.
Yeah, it does look like that. It does look like that, Pula. Maybe Mahesh Naram Singh, he has been given that opportunity. He has been given that chance where he could probably fill in into that right corner or the left corner, that pocket of spaces that he could find. And Valpuya maybe has been told to stay back.
And that's primarily because of Musawi, who's on the ball now. A confirmation coming earlier in the day about India's game against Singapore on the 14th. And that is, of course, next month. It's going to take place at the Fatorda in Goa. A few days after the first leg between the two teams. 2 out of 2 wins there, and suddenly things change. But that one's for the future. The challenge now is Afghanistan, and they're staring at India in the faces right now.
Yeah, and that's the kind of pass that Mahesh is looking to find. He did make that run in towards the left flank. This time Ashik did stay back. Irfan Yadwad was ready to make that run in towards the 6-yard box. That's been the tactic where Mahesh is more of a second striker.
Afghanistan building from the right wing. Skandari cuts in. Chance for a shot. It's a really good shot. And a top save from Gurpreet. Panahi with the attempt. And Gurpreet, if you heard him on the mics, on the pitch, knew that that was coming, and he was ready for it.
Very predictable there. Ali Reza Panahi Look at that. You know you need to keep him on his left foot. Very easy. A little shoulder drop. Gets the ball on his right foot and then has the goal in front of him. Makes Gurpreet Singh Sandhu dive. An outstretched save. Although you need the midfielders, you need the defenders to close Panahi down early on. Not let him shoot from the edge of the 18-yard box.
Oh, it's a good ball as well, Karan. The whip on that at the near post. Such a dangerous delivery. Against Kandari. Rahimi. That's a floater, should be easily dealt with. A goal kick, India can breathe. Good little phase for Afghanistan.
Yeah, a couple of quick chances there for Afghanistan. Started with Ali Raza Panahi on the edge of the 18-yard box, and then that dangerous ball, that dangerous corner that was played in at the perfect height. When you play those kind of set pieces, it's all just one touch needed, directed in towards goal, and things could change. This man, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, he needs to sort his defense, his midfield out. It's becoming very easy. Afghanistan to take those shots now, Pula.
Just been reminded that the SAF Cup final we mentioned earlier actually took place in Kathmandu. India then avenged that final defeat later on. But big moment, and what a catalyst the 6 games have been for Ashley Westwood when he took over. Of course, now it's a Nessie, but incredible catalyst for a nation, and maybe India can convert this one into something. It's gone wide. Flag went up. It was eventually going to go up. But if it had not, Irfan would have been very embarrassed with that kind of finish.
Absolutely agree with you. Irrespective, offside, foul or no foul, you've got a chance in front of goal. You need to keep it on target. And that's the quality we've been asking for up front. Irfan Yadwar does get the chance here. There's a little nudge, a foul from Mahesh Naram Singh. And it's the choices that you make, the kind of finish. He did choose to finish with his side foot there in towards the far post. Good thought, but you need more quality in that finish. Make the goalkeeper do something. Make the goalkeeper save.
Arizu seems to be in a lot of pain. Amit Arizu, just 4 appearances after making his debut against Qatar. That 0-0 for Afghanistan against Qatar is probably Afghanistan's best ever result. Peke looks very settled at centre-back. Nice headache for Khalid Jamil to have when it comes to choosing between Anwar Ali, Sandesh Jhingan and Rahul Peke, but the allowance of playing Peke at right back solves that problem. Still very much in the game, but they don't look like collapsing India in the 3 games or 2 games in 30 minutes that we've watched them under Khalid Jamil. That fear of a sudden collapse or continuous fear that might happen has not been present. Maybe that's the first step. Being calmer, being more composed. And with that comes confidence. And back on his feet for now. Rezu. That's good pressure from India. And trying a high press, forcing Afghanistan to go long and winning back the ball in this kind of position. Very good run from Ashik. He was always going to shift left though. And Afghanistan's backline has done the research. Would be nice to see him sometime shift to the right. Surprise everybody.
Very predictable, the Ashik Kurian. He did use his base to his advantage, although maybe take a shot or two with his right foot.
Jitin wants the give and go. Little clip from behind from Hanifi. And this time it is Irfan's free kick.
Yeah, looks like he's in pain there. Irfan Yadwari, a strong man. He's clever there. Valpuya, very comfortable on the ball himself. He's played centre back as well, Pula, especially for Punjab when he benched a foreign centre back, and this is one of the reasons that Punjab did so well in the I League, and then he was signed in the ISL for Mumbai City.
Talking about right backs from Punjab, Pramveer had a great outing last night. If you've been following that game, exceptional. Good to see that players in the domestic league who are being touted as the next big thing can perform then at under 23 level. It's just that gap, Karan, and you've been in the circuit as a player as well, the gap from under 23s and that excitement to making it to the seniors, and what happens when you do play senior international football is completely different. Like, it's so different, and that level, that jump is sometimes too big for a lot of players to make.
Yeah, and that's the reason very few do make it into senior level, especially in the Indian Super League here. This was that shot that wasn't closed down, and we saw why Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, he wasn't very happy, forced to make a save, was on target, an awkward bounce as well. But you want your midfielders, you want your centre backs to close early on, not make it easy for Afghanistan, especially at the edge of the 18-yard box, to take those kind of shots. And that's where the likes of Nikhil Prabhu, Mahesh Naram Singh, they come in. But yeah, you were asking about that jump from under 23 into senior football. Not easy. It's not just about the physical game. It's also which player has the mental toughness to keep going on, playing with the foreign players as well that come from different parts of the world, the kind of quality they bring, and then you're fighting for a spot with the best in the country. So it's the mental toughness and the quality to keep going and make it.
Mahesh takes this quite straight. Simply had to make that slide. A little bit more from set pieces. India haven't really capitalized on those, or haven't really made moments happen where they can put pressure on Afghanistan from consistent corners or set pieces. Much better from Uves compared to his debut, when he was obviously a little nervous growing into those feet. Skandari. Rahimi. Heavy touch. Almost instantly punished by Ashik. It's been a swap, a change of wings. Ashik now on the right will be cutting in. Jitin's gone to the left.
Yeah, I mean, interesting to see Ashik, if he's able to get the ball onto his left foot, make his run towards the inside and maybe get a shot on goal. He's played in number 9 as well. We've seen him do that at club and for country.
There he is, and trying to go past the keeper, but Hamidi once more quickly with that challenge. And well, it's a card for Ashik, but you know what the question is, Karan, already. Isn't he well within his rights to go for the ball in a 50-50 situation?
Again, you attempted a good challenge from Ashik then. Hamidi, he is going to make the most of the situation, and Ashik, a 50-50 challenge, and when you're in that pace, you're running at that pace, it's hard to pull out sometimes. And yeah, if you have a look at the replay here, brilliant with that challenge. And you saw Ashik, and he says that to the referee, he signals that maybe it was hard to jump over the goalkeeper. It was the follow-through that did get Hamidi. It wasn't the intent. There was no malice in that.
A little bit of gamesmanship already. Yeah, when it comes to gamesmanship, if Vincenzo Anesi has prepared his players for something like that, then he already knows what Khalid Jamil can bring to the table. A master of the dark arts himself. Yeah, India must now understand the psychology in this game as much as everything else. Good ball from Rahimi. They've done well to keep Omid Musawi quiet. Credit to Valpuya, credit to Beke also, who's trying to help out whenever possible. There's Musawi. Too easy, that win from Sherzad of Jitin. Once again, Valpuya getting a toe in, winning that 1v1 battle against Musawi.
Ashik needs to be careful there now with his challenges. He's already on a yellow card. And Mahesh now, I'm saying, Irfan Yadwad now trying to combine while moving forward, although Afghanistan so far very solid in defense, almost predicting the kind of passes that are being played.
Had to put the ball out of play.